sleep. That's why he was lying on the bed, on the floor while I was talking, right? And I thought everything I've done is actually physical active income. And it's nothing I can do that I can sleep and earn, right? So I wanted that. And thirdly, I wanted something that can last forever, and it's in the golden window, right? So what do I mean by that? Okay, next slide. Okay, so before we start, I appreciate everyone for coming because it's nighttime. It's time that you can relax and spend with your kids or spend with your family. Why are you here? Because we're going to share something that can potentially change your life, like it did for Leonie, for me, and so many others. Okay, so next slide. Okay, so a lot of people don't know this. A lot of people think that I started my businesses because I really love money. Yes, I like money, but really in my heart, it's because of my mom. So 6 years old, I already decided I want to be an entrepreneur because I wanted to be a mom, like my mom. Okay, it was pure and simple for girls. I was very specific at 6 years old. I wanted daughters, just like my mom, because I'm 3 daughters, one of 3 girls. So I wanted the same. And because of her, I also went to the next page. Okay, which is corporate, because she said a girl's first job must be in a bank. So for me, I started in a bank to try and do and collect some capital for me to start a business. I wanted to do business because that was what I thought at that time. I can be my own boss. I control my own time. Hence, I have time freedom, right? But how wrong was I? So I was in corporate. Then I decided, yes, I've got enough money. I'm going to jump out. So next slide. I started a lot of businesses. So events, magazine, schools. I even owned a network marketing company back in Hong Kong. But I was always trading my time for money. So every time my kids were at home, I'll be with them. I'll be driving them, and in the car, whilst waiting for them to get off school, I'll be working in the car, and I will fall asleep in the car. But I didn't know of any other way, because that was my way. That was how I could be with my girls and still earn money and do things that I love. And all these businesses I love. I have a wedding company, I have magazine, I have schools, I have a lot of things. Okay, next thing, next page. But then when I came to Malaysia, this happened. So I was only looking for skincare. And when I was using the skincare, I was getting results. And honestly, I did not expect another business. But what happened was friends started noticing and they were asking. And I thought, okay, just like sharing a cheesecake, right? If you eat a nice cheesecake, you would just share it if people ask. I just shared. They bought, I got some money. So as a money consultant, I was actually very curious. Why am I getting paid when I really didn't do anything? Which is very different from what I'm used to. I was doing and I'll get it, right? But here, I just shared and I got some money. So this night was something that changed my life, because that was the night when I saw my income the previous month being 1,000 jump to 6,000. And you can see here within 3 minutes, it went from 4 to 6. That sparked my brain. And that night I couldn't sleep. I was so excited. I was like, oh my God, none of my business can actually jump like this. And that was like, okay, let me think, what can I do to do more about here? And then I wanted to explore, I wanted to research, and putting on my business hat, I started to look into this business properly. Okay, so next. Okay, so that was when I decided I'm going to go for this. And this was at the convention where I met Leonie for the first time. And at that time, I was running for directorship. And I'm happy to say I just got the first one. Well, not just got, a few months ago, I reached the first one. Yay! Okay, next slide. So first of all, before you choose any business, or anything, you need to choose the right industry and the right business model. What do I mean by that? Right industry means that you need to choose one that doesn't really go sunset, right? So for example, if you choose to go into publishing, like I did, magazine, actually it's not the right time, because it's a dying industry. Everyone is online, right? So you need to choose something that is evergreen. And for me, wellness and skincare is evergreen. Have you ever heard of a woman who doesn't want to look pretty even during the worst of times? No, right? We still want to look good. We just have to find ways to look good. And it's also wellness. Have you ever heard of anyone who says, I don't want to be well, I want to be sick? No, right? We all want to be healthy. So you need to choose an industry that is evergreen, that no matter what, they will keep buying. And that is why I'm in skincare and wellness now. Okay, business model. This is something I'm very good at. So I'm going to share with you. Next slide. Thank you. So first of all, timing. So any business model, we have to look at the timing. So for example, the economy, the industry, and the company as well. So economy, we are not in a good economy now, right? But you know what? Actually, word of mouth business are the best when the economy is bad. So if you look in the history, word of mouth, just sharing with friends, is actually strive at this time. So network marketing actually strive when economy is not good. When economy is good, it still does well because word of mouth is the most effective way, even in any sense of any business, anytime, right? Secondly, industry I already explained, and then the company, actually I was studying it and it was in the growth phase. So there are different phases. There's the decline when it's dying. There's saturation when it's already very full, very hard to make money. And then there is this growth, and then there's the startup, right? So I like to invest in business when it's in growth because I don't have to wait, because startup, you have to wait. Growth stage, so it's a good timing. Next slide. Then timeless, right? So I said events planning, enrichment classes. We feel events is just once off. So don't choose something that is once off because it's very hard to maintain. You just need to do and carry on doing, finding new customers. Enrichment classes in times when it's bad, it actually doesn't do well either. So which is timeless? Neither of these are timeless, okay? So next slide. So business model means there's a lot of different things we need to look at. And when you're in business, like I am still with my other ones, I have to look at so many different things. And that's why I was never off. I was always on, even in sleep. A lot of people who know me knows that I don't sleep until 2 to 3 a.m. because I'm always working. Okay, next slide. So long term, again, once off or consumables. So consumables mean that you need to replenish, right? Like our shampoo, like our cleansers, even like detergent, things that keep going. So in my past, all of my businesses were more or less once off, okay? But when I got into this one, I was like pleasantly surprised that, oh, actually they keep buying and I don't really need to do too much, and the income just keep coming back, because when the customers are happy with their products and they need to replenish, they come back and they replenish on their own. So long-term consumables is definitely something you will look at. Okay, next. So this is the global economy. So for those who likes figures, you will see in the global wellness economy is actually, we are going to reach 9 trillion by 2028. So we have 3 years and we're still going up and up and up. So beauty industry, I really don't think it ever goes down. It's just like, it just changes, evolves. So now it's into the stem cell arena. So we have really good stem cell products. I'm going to do an unshamed plug here. You must try our BioSC and our neck lift. Both are from stem cells, okay? But anyway, the business is going up in the economy. Okay, next slide. So which is more effective, traditional marketing or word of mouth? Traditional marketing, if you go into business, you need to do a lot of marketing. Traditional also means social media, okay? So buying ads, doing digital stuff, I just did a interview this afternoon. So you have to do a lot of this type of marketing. But word of mouth, when you tell a friend and a friend tells a friend, it's an organic growth. You don't actually have to pay, and yet it grows. That is what is more effective, right? So next slide. And which is easier? Doing it on your own, like I did for all my businesses. I actually created them. It was painful for some, but of course I like the challenge. But now, if you have a blueprint, if you have a step-by-step guide, someone there to actually keep you accountable, to give you tips, to help you, isn't that easier? If you say that it's easy, if someone is there, type yes, okay? Let's get you moving, because Online can be quite boring sometimes. Okay, next slide. Okay, now we come to cost. So starting a business always involve a cost, okay, always. So in traditional businesses, let's talk about a franchise. So you have everything, the blueprint is there, and people know the brand, and you buy a franchise. Usually the cost is quite high. So I did buy a franchise a while back, and it cost me around 40K, 40K US dollars just to buy the franchise. And then you have to keep giving them franchise fees, right? Whereas network marketing is actually very cheap. So for us, you only need to buy 3 products if you're in Malaysia, or 2 if you're in Singapore, or wherever you're in the world. It's just a few products that you will use yourself. And then you can start doing the business and start earning. Just like me, I just bought something, I shared, and then I was paid all of a sudden. Okay, next. So second thing, now we want to have something that can sleep and grow, right? Sleep and grow. Who wants that? If that's you, say 8. Press 8 if you want to sleep and earn a lot of money and wake up and then go ka-ching, 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 right? Okay, next slide. So I wanted that. I really, oh, wow, this one really go. Everyone press 8. So next slide. So traditionally, we really have to work and we have to open a store. So even if you're a doctor, accountant, you still have to go in and trade your time for money, right? So I had a florist. I also have fashion boutique. I also had food and beverage. So when I was doing all this, it was really, I really need to trade the time for money, right? So next slide. But when I did this, I only had a team of 2 to start with. So this is a picture of us, our first training where we went overnight. And with the 2 of them, I was already earning about 4 figures every month, right? And I thought actually it was really easy because I was just having fun with them. The 3 of us just started together. We just said, okay, let's do this together. We would have lunch and then we're working, and then suddenly it was ka-ching, 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 right? And not only that, next slide, we were all in Malaysia, but suddenly I was checking my app to see my team number, and I suddenly had over 100 people. I don't even know how that happened, honestly, but these 100 people are coming from all over the world. And that is what I love. Without really trying, I had people from Australia, US, Hong Kong, Singapore, and it was just like, whoa, suddenly I have a multinational business. Whereas in the past, I have companies in the US and in the Middle East and things, but it was very hard to start there. But here, I didn't even leave my room, and I didn't even know. When I suddenly opened my app, I was like, oh, I'm earning from all these countries. Isn't that great, right? Who likes to travel? If you like to travel, say travel in the chat, because with all these countries, you're bound to be able to travel and visit them one day, right? Okay, next slide. Okay, so this was me dreaming of sleeping and earning money. So this is me. My husband actually likes to take me sleeping. And then these are all the countries that we can actually sell to, and it keeps adding on. So when I came on board, I think it, already Europe wasn't that many yet, but now in this I've only done this for 1 year. So in this 1 year, it just keep adding countries. So I'm like, whoa, my business is getting bigger and the potential is getting bigger and bigger. Yay, right? So you can sleep or poop or do whatever, you can still earn money. Okay, next. Number 3. So, you know, there are a lot of online courses, extra courses, and skills that we have to learn, right? So for me, I'm actually a coach in one of my businesses. So I do teach people a different skills. But what I feel is a lot of the skills actually go out. So for example, digital marketing could actually go out if our platforms all change, right? So at the beginning, it was all text, then suddenly it was videos, and then who knows, it may keep changing. But we want skills that pays forever. And that is what we actually get to learn here for free. Whereas I was paying thousands and thousands elsewhere. But when I come to Dr. Secret, honestly, I'm a very, very picky person when it comes to training because I've been to so many. And I'm like, what are they going to teach me that I don't know? But you'll be surprised when I come to these training, I'm actually very inspired because our speakers are not only talking about hard skills, they are really giving their heart and soul to want us to do well. And that is really what I feel makes my heart melt when I go to training, because I'm like, wow, they really want us to succeed. They give us so much, right? And all this can cost so much if you have to pay for it outside. Okay, next slide. So this is me when I started. Okay, so I thought my skin was good. Honestly, at that time, I was like, oh, my skin is okay. I don't need anything except for the saggy cheeks, right? My cheeks were really saggy, and I just thought, okay, I need something to change. So that was what started me. And I was very scared because I was not a skincare person. And online, everyone was selling all these things. And then I was thinking, okay, I don't know whether I trust these online things. And none of them could actually let me try. So then I met Zibin, and then she was like, okay, come and just try. And I urge any of you who's on the fence, just go try. There's nothing to lose, right? So I went, I tried. Okay, next slide. And that was when I started to get results. So this was me a few months after trying. Very quickly, my friends were like, what did you do? Your face is like doing doing. And I was like, yeah, doing doing. I was so happy. I think one row is here. We were like, doing 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 doing. I keep doing this, right? So honestly, I never expected to look good, because all my life I've never cared about looks, because I said three sisters, right? So my middle sister is very pretty. So when she was born, everyone was like, oh, this is such a pretty girl. And then they look at me and they go silent, right? So I'm like, oh. So I'm always about the brain. I'm always about excelling in academics and doing well in business, right? But when it came to looks, I was like, no way. Until I met BWL and Dr. Secret. And I was like, oh, and my daughter, who just came in, she started to say, why are you looking at the mirror so much or taking selfies, so many selfies? So one of the things I have to warn you all, you will start looking at yourself more. Even when you're driving and you're looking at the mirror, you suddenly go, oh, my skin looks pretty good. You have this, okay? This is something that comes with our business. Okay, next slide. Okay, so I love, love, love the support and the trainings. I shared the trainings. I love the support. This is basically when we're doing business out in the real world, it's a miserable world. Everyone is competing, even when they say they are supporting you. When you do well, they are secretly very jealous. So it's actually a very lonely world in the world of business, right? And I've been in so many associations, so many clubs, so many groups of entrepreneurs who say, yes, we're supporting you, but they really are not. They really don't really care if you do well or not. And if you do well, they don't like it. If you suck, then they're probably there. Yeah, we can help you. But honestly, here, everyone is so supportive. Everyone's sidelines, uplines, downlines, whatever lines, whatever people you meet, everyone is vouching for each other. We are all here to help each other. And that is something I love, because it's no longer lonely. Whenever you feel down, you can just call someone up and they will say, hey, come, give you a hug. Or when I was like even a little bit sick, they would come and give me supplements, right? I say, take this, then you can sleep. So I'm like, wow, suddenly the world is so beautiful. It's full of love. And I'm like, wow, this is where I want to be. It's no longer cutthroat, right? So this is something, yeah, you know how much I love. If you like this too, you can also type love in the chat. Okay, next slide. Okay, so yeah, so after that, actually, I also became more confident, because I wasn't very confident about my looks before. Honestly, I used to say, who cares? I'm brainy, I'm smart, right? I'm successful. But in my heart, I want to look good too. So now I'm confident about that. I communicate better because I have a team. I know how to lead them better. And because unlike business, we don't select people, right? We just meet and then we talk to each other, we coach each other, we lead each other. So it becomes a very big place for us all to grow ourselves. Okay. So if you are someone who loves growth in yourself and if you're a mom, you might want to model this for your children, this is the place to be. Okay, next slide. Okay, so this is my mom. So the right side, she is 83. So you can actually see her change from the frown lines to lifted eyes. And to me, I was like, wow, even at that age, she can look better. And then on the left side is healthier because you can see at the top is my intestines in July. It was very bad, okay? When you see black, it means that it's bad, right? And then within a month, because I was taking the supplements, I was able to get it back. Okay, so it wasn't 3 or 2 yet, but at least I was getting it up to 4, right? Which is just below average. Now I'm happy to say it's actually the number 3 now. So I'm now very healthy. So I'm very grateful that coming in with just skincare suddenly changed my life. Not just looks, but confidence, happiness, and also health. Okay, next slide. Yeah, so these are the 3 things that I want everyone to think about. If you don't want to trade time for money like me doing business, or even if you're working for a corporate, you're still trading time for money. But these are the 3 things, whether you come in or not, you need to think about. Okay, then next slide. So can you do it? Because some people might think, oh, Coco, of course you can do it. You've done so many things. It must be you have skills that I do not. Okay. But let me share with you. Next slide. So yes, you can do it. So before we do that, type in the chat, how much do you think it is what are the things that you would need in order to invest in a business, to start a business? What do you need to do? Right? Just type some of the things like rental, money, money, obviously. So what are the things you need? Okay, I can see invest money, courage, yes, manpower, labor, right? Capital, money, right? So, okay, next slide. Yeah, so these are usually the things you need. You need to set up the company, that's cost, renovation, that's cost, rental, that's cost, inventory, that's cost, training, that's cost. And all of these costs are once given, never come back one. Okay, maybe inventory if you sell it, but if you do not sell it, it's stuck, right? And trust me, I have been stuck with inventory for a long time. And renovation, once you renovate the place, you cannot get the money back, right? So before you even start your business, you already have paid for so much and you don't even know whether you can earn, right? So next, what if I tell you that actually you don't need any of this? Next slide. So in order to start a BWL business, okay, now guess how much do you need to invest? Okay, type some figures in there. How much do you think you need to invest? Just give me some 300, okay? Anyone else? Intan says 300. I'm going to be 10K, says Sylvia. Okay. Any other? I'm going to be like an auction. Any other numbers? Okay. So I'm going to share with you actually is the next slide. Da-da-da-da. Next slide. It's nothing. Why did I say nothing? Because all you need to do is just buy some products for yourself, right? So you're not investing. You're just buying something that you usually use anyway. For example, you buy cleanser, you just use it. So you're actually not investing in the business. You just buy something and you can already start the business. So it's actually nothing. So this business is like the easiest to do because you don't need capital at the beginning. You just buy something that you use for yourself. So you become the walking billboard, the walking advertisement. People see your face doing, and glowing. Then they will ask, whoa, what is happening to you? And then you can already share, right? So it's very, very easy. Okay, next slide. So no setup cost, no inventory, no training fees. So we don't ask you to invest in anything to come in, right? So that is the beauty. It's easy. Anyone can do it. Okay, next. So So I'm going to go and share a little bit about the company. First of all, our products. So these are our skincare products. We just have one range. So my mom is using the same thing as me, and my daughter also using the same thing. Because so how does this work? Because a lot of you may have gone into stores to buy something and then a skincare and see there's anti-aging range, and then there's the whitening range, and then there's this range, that range, right? So why do we only have one range? So for those who cook, imagine you have a chicken, soy sauce, and sugar and vinegar. I know Leonie is a very good cook. So imagine you have that. But if you have more sugar and more vinegar, and with the chicken, it can be sweet and sour chicken, right? But if you have more soy sauce, a little bit less of sugar, it becomes soy sauce chicken. So actually same ingredients, used different ways, different amounts, different results. Exactly our skincare. Sorry, I'm talking about our skin like chicken, but it's exactly that. So it's very easy. Nothing ever goes to waste because you can keep using the same thing, just in different things, even when the conditions of your skin change. So whether it's menstruation, whether you're suddenly going skiing and it's very dry, it doesn't matter. You just use the same range. Okay, next slide. Then our company. So remember I said before I went into the business, I can just be a user, right? Before I went into business, I wanted to research the company. So the company is actually 35 years old. So a lot of people, 35 years old, how come it's not so famous as some other brands, right? But I actually really appreciate that because it means that it was at the startup stage for a while. And it was kept on refining, finding the best thing. And a lot of businesses actually die there. they keep finding and cannot find, right? But we actually found it and went into the growth stage. So that's something that I really like. Secondly, our factory is actually the Industry 4.0 factory. For those who don't know what that means, it just means it's fully automated. So actually humans don't interfere to make mistakes. Humans always make mistakes, trust me. So when there's no humans, they are involved, then everything is very precise. Plus, we are very particular with our certification, our testing. So every batch that comes out of the factory gets tested. So it's not just like once at the beginning and then forever you don't know what happens. Every single batch we actually test, and sometimes we have to recall, or we actually don't send out that batch because it doesn't meet the requirements. So that is something I really like too. So in my team, I have pregnant ladies. I've seen them actually use it, take supplements, even during the pregnancy. And trust me, moms are the most critical of their products when they're pregnant. So even safe for pregnant ladies, okay? And if you get a chance, please come and visit our offices. They are very, very beautiful. I love going because I just feel so calm as soon as I walk in. Okay, next slide. So this is our plan. I won't go into so much of this because this is very nitty-gritty. But what I really love about this is a very simple seven steps, right? And by the time you get to PD, it's actually a CEO's sort of income that you are getting. And even if you take it one step at a time, slowly, it only takes you 7 years really to get up to the top if you are really working on it. So for myself, I'm at the SD stage. I've only done it for properly since January. So already up there. What I love about this is there is absolutely no demotion. So for me, this was very important because I have so many different businesses. I don't want to be chasing sales every month. And because there's no demotion, I also felt, wow, I don't have to be, I can breathe at least, right? If that month I don't do sales, it's okay. I don't get demoted. Imagine in some other companies, you are right at the top, and because something happens in life and life happens, you get to drop to the bottom again. And that was me in one of the other companies. And I was like, oh, I spent so much time doing this, and then boom, 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 I come back down. But this plan is very generous. Some of you may know network marketing. And if you do, some will say, oh, is it binary system? Is it this system? And I tell you, it's all the systems together. Okay, so we have all the systems that you can think about, but we get paid like multiple times because we earn from all systems. It's not one system. It's not only if you do this, you get this. It's when you do this, you get okay. It really is so there's a lot of different payments that you get. That's why it's so lucrative and so satisfying. And even when you're right at the start, you can start earning. And that's what I love about it. When you come in, I can directly tell my friends you can earn right from the start. Okay, so next slide. So this is the BA level. What is BA? Business Associate. So essentially, you just buy a few products, you come in, you can already start earning here. So like I said, it's not an investment. You're just buying products for yourself. You can select anything you like. So we don't say you must buy this, because sometimes this is not something you want. But for you, you can choose whatever, just buy it, and then you already have the right to start making money. Okay, next. Some of my friends, they really want to do this as a business. So immediately they would jump into this business manager level, okay? This business manager level actually lets you earn what you already earn from the BA level, plus 25 to 35 BVs, okay? Bonus rebates, okay? So BV is actually our currency. Because we are a worldwide company, we need a currency that is easy to converse in, okay? And one thing I put here is forever. So it's forever. Whatever once you're here, you forever get this when you have customers buying or whether it's for your own purchase. So essentially, you are using it for a cheaper price, okay? So just to give you a rough idea, to become a business manager in Malaysia is roughly 16,000. But we do have investment in installment plan. But the 16,000, if you think about it as an investment of a business, is actually nothing because it's very little. But all the products you can actually use yourself. Okay, so for those who wants to fast track, this could be an option for you to think about. Okay, next. Okay, so some of the I wanted to show this because these are paychecks of some of people who are in the business manager level. So you can see there's Australian dollars, there's Malaysia, there's Singapore, and they're all pretty. I mean, there's a higher, there's lower, but already they're earning a sizable income just by being there. Okay, so I wanted to show you some real figures. Okay, next. Just out of curiosity, what do you think my first paycheck was for this business? Type in the chat. How much do you think I got from the first one? Okay. For me, this business is a very safe one. Okay. Our products are safe. We don't have to invest a lot. There's not a lot of risk. Okay. So very good. And then effectiveness is very effective because you really can see it. And isn't it the easiest when people can see you change and they start asking you, hey, what did you use? What are you, when we're like, what are you wearing? Where do you get this? Or what are you using on your face? And oh, why are you so energetic now, right? And all these things they can see. So it's actually very easy to share. And it's transformational because I feel that for me personally, not only am I looking better, I am actually feeling better, very happy. And also, it has really transformed the way I think about my future. Because no longer am I thinking, wow, I'm going to work, and then I'm making a lot of money. I'm going to give my businesses to my daughters. Actually, it's transformed me, and it's actually helped me to do a lot of female empowerment because in the past, it was just talking. I'm on stage all the time, talking, and everyone's like, oh, Dr. Coco, I'm so inspired. But I know they will not do anything. But here, I'm literally seeing my team grow. And I'm so proud when they speak, when they win, when they make a sale, everything. We're just like a family now. And I think that is really transformational in terms of the lifestyle and the thinking. Okay, next slide. So if you decide to join Business Manager, you actually get some perks. So I want to share who likes bonuses. If you like bonuses, type 1, okay? I will share what my first paycheck was later on. Okay, Sylvia likes bonuses. Only her? Okay. So perk number one, when you actually rank up, when you get that package or when you, just to be clear, for that package, the 16K, you don't have to buy it yourself. You can just get friends to buy it together so that you get the 16K to rank up, right? But when you do that, you actually get a gift set worth 1,600. So that's really good. It's actually a very, very nice gift set. Okay. So next. Next, you get personal mentorship because we are all here to help you. Okay, so I am someone who is not shy to ask for help. So I reach out to Leonie, I reach out to people that I meet in training, and I ask them, oh, how do you do this? How do you do that? Right? Because I'm not Malaysian. So it's actually very hard sometimes. I don't even understand the Malay words, but they're training me. But honestly, everyone here is to help. It really is personal coaching, personal help. And this figure 10K is very low. When I put that there, I was like, really? For me, I must have paid over 100K US for training, at least. Okay, so for here, you're actually getting it for free. So it's really, really good. Okay, next slide. And the third, for this year, you actually get a share of the annual sales. Singapore also have it, other country also has it. I put Malaysia here because the figure last year was 10K. So if you come on board, you actually get a chance to earn and get a share of this. But this is time sensitive because this is till the end of the year, but it's absolutely possible. Okay, so next. So essentially, this is what you get. You get 38,000 ringgit worth of things, but you can actually just start your business with 2,900. How do I come up with that? Because it's literally the installment plan. Okay, but of course, if you want to know more, ask the person who invited you. Okay, next. So I shared all these things, but why do I want to do this? It's because of these people, my parents, and my daughters and my husband. So to me, I've always thought earning a lot would be to provide for them. Okay, so to be fair, my parents are already very okay in their life. But as a daughter, I still want to repay them. I still want to be able to provide and do things, right? And then for my daughters, I always have thought that if I do very well in my businesses, I can just pass it to them. But when I met BWL, I was like, actually, I cannot just pass it to them. I've met so many friends, second generation, third generation in the business. They absolutely hate what they do, but it's because their parents pass it to them. They have to do it. And I don't want that for my daughters. So I thought, okay, if I give them one lump sum, it's also not very sustainable. So when I came to BWL, I learned that there's a legacy component. So I thought that whatever I'm doing now is actually building for their future, an ongoing future, something that even when I pass, this outlasts me. And I feel that to me is the biggest why, because I wanted to do business because I wanted to be a mom. And now I wanted to do this because I want to be a mom who can leave something for her children forever. Okay, so that is my reason. Okay, next slide. So what has that got to do with you? Because if only this, the little thing that this does is to replace your corporate salary now. So you can have your true time freedom. You can actually enjoy your life. Would it be worth it? Right? Or the next slide. If it was time freedom to spend with your loved ones, parents, siblings, friends, kids, husbands, wives, right? Wouldn't that be worth it? Next. And lastly, even if it's not these two, what if you just go to any destination you love every single year and just spend without looking at costs? Wouldn't that be worth it? Next slide. So for me, I feel that This is something I truly believe can do all of these things. It can replace your salary so that you can really have your time freedom. Then you can spend it with your loved ones and you can treat them to anything they dream of. This is actually possible here. Okay, next slide. And for me, your children being financially secured for life, that is worth every moment that I put into this business. Okay, next slide. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much, Dr. Coco. Very powerful and inspiring sharing, is it? If yes, you press 1. I'm so many of us feeling super motivated right now and very inspired. And all right, everyone, we have now come to Q&A session. This is your chance to ask Dr. Coco any question you might have. Okay, if you have question, you can either type it in the chat box or raise your hand and we'll unmute you, or you can speak directly if you don't know how to type. Okay, don't be shy. We'd love to hear your voice or your thoughts, or you can ask anything, because this might be the only time Dr. Coco want to answer you.
No lah, you can find me on IG. If you think of questions later on, you can also find me on IG, just Coco Wong.
Coco Wong, yes. Yes, we give you some time to type. Any question you might have. Okay, that's so inspiring. Yeah, it's very inspiring. Okay, we give some time for you to type. Maybe you need to think a while. Hey, what I need to ask, or maybe too many questions inside your mind. Then we give you some time to type. Anything you want to ask? Okay. There is a question. Your secret of expanding business internationally.
Okay. So BWL, actually, there's no secret. You just, because it's just on the app. But if you're asking about my other businesses, then it is really about knowing that country, first of all, is very important. And then also finding partners who are there, who you trust, because it's very important. I cannot fly over all the time. Like for my US one, I hate flying to US. Actually, I don't like USA, going too much. But because my business is there, I just have to find a team there that I trust. So to expand, you really need to do that. But honestly, I would say if you don't have contacts, I would not expand, because it's very dangerous and it's very, very risky. But if you have someone you can trust, then yes. But BWL, expand, just keep going, because that is the easier one. You don't have to think about logistics, tax, signing up anyone, contracts, because laws and everything is different in different countries. But here, it's just one thing. Yeah.
Yes, thank you. And how did you manage your time between your other businesses?
Okay. So one thing about my businesses, they're all integrated. How do I mean integrated? So for example, my wedding clients, actually their children then become my school clients. Then their home cleaning then become my cleaning product clients, right? So I integrate a lot of the things. So for my florist, actually is part of my wedding. So my wedding, then I have my wedding florist that I supply to hotels. And then my wedding magazine was also from there. So everything I do is sort of, I'm integrating into each other. So they're not independent, because otherwise that would be crazy, but they're all sort of mutated together. So my US team will sometimes deal with my Middle East team, and they will share, or the UK team will share things, but they're actually independent businesses because they are different companies and doing different things. So that's how I do that.
Okay, thank you. And you have so many businesses, family. and you rank up to director. How did you do that? This one I also want to know. You have so many things, but you how to rank up?
Honestly, I failed a few times. Okay. So I thought it was going to be quite easy because I've done so many things, right? But honestly, I think I just went back to the basics. I mean, doing form 1, 2, 3. I mean, I know it's very boring, but we went back to the basic. Of course, I have to thank my Zmin, my upline. She was very, very supportive and kept asking me, how you heard? And to a point that sometimes like, oh, I don't know how to answer because I haven't done anything. But I think the belief that it's achievable and just focus. For everyone out there who is wanting to do something, whether it's BWL or not, you just focus. You know, the horse racing when they put the blinders on the eye so they cannot look left and right. That's what you need to do. You need to think, boom, that's how you go. Yeah, that would be what I say. Of course, I told my family that I'm doing this. I might not have time for them. I told my businesses also that I'm running for this, and please give these 2 months, don't talk to me, okay? Unless it's emergency. I actually told them that. So when I failed, my team was like, are you coming back? And I said, no, because I failed. So they were like, oh, and I told them, okay, 1 more month, last month, I'm going to do it. So I was very determined that last month in June, because I was supposed to be back in my business already. But I did, it is a lot of support from my family, my teams, and my leaders. Yeah, and also, of course, my team, Louise, Wanro, Davina, Michelle, everyone who's there, I'm very grateful. Every little thing that they help with, I'm like truly, truly grateful. So I think it takes an army to be successful. So you see me there, but it's not only me. There's so many people there.
Thank you. And there's another question, Coco. You talk about a great community here, great support and all. So what makes BWL so special compared to other MLM businesses?
Okay. This is a good one. So I have been in many MLM businesses because I'm very curious. I like to make money, right? And if I feel there's a slight opportunity to make money when I was young, I would jump in. So I've been in quite a lot. So I will share with 2 different experiences. So one was the one that I said I ranked up and then I dropped down, right? So that one, I was also skincare. And at that time, they have chocolates. Okay. So I love chocolates. And it was a diet chocolate. So when you eat the chocolate, you actually lose weight. So it was very easy. I'm not a skincare person. So at that time, I was 20 something. I was very good at selling the chocolates. So I ranked up, right? But then one day they told me, okay, we're discontinuing the chocolates. Okay. So now you need to sell skincare. So I was like, oh my God, I don't know how to do that. Then they introduced supplements. So I went, okay. And it was a very early stage of supplements market. And I was learning all the supplements, but around me, all the 20-year-olds, they didn't need supplements. So I could only sell to the aunties and uncles, right? But it was very difficult. And because of that, I wasn't able to maintain. I was keep topping up and buying to maintain every month. That the joke is, even now, I still have some products. I don't know why. I've moved houses so many times. It still pops up. It's like haunting me, right? But I just felt, boom, boom, boom. I'll keep investing. And I only remember getting a paycheck. This is really revealing my age. Yes, I'm 52. So at that time, it was a paycheck. I only remember collecting a paycheck once or maybe twice, right? And it wasn't even that much. But every month, I remember paying to buy more products just to hit that goal. So for me, it didn't work, right? So I stopped, and then my rank go boom, boom, boom down. So I just felt, oh, really not a good feeling. Then the second one, I was very sold. And don't laugh when I say it's sanitary towels. Okay. So there was a company selling sanitary towels, MLM, and they required you, they have different packages. So you can buy this one to get this rank, this one. So as a result, I bought a lot of sanitary towels. Okay. So much that even up to now, I still have them. And this is like many years already. I think maybe 15 years already. So imagine 15 years worth of sanitary towels, and I never sold one, because how do you sell sanitary towels whilst having lunch with someone? They taught me to bring out a sanitary towel and actually do the absorbent. Cannot, really cannot. So yeah, so I have to say the products were good, but the plan sucked, right? And the product was so difficult to do. So these two were things that really ingrained in me. So when I came here, I already have these things, right? Is it very easy for me to share? Do I need to buy a lot and all these? Do I need to top up this, the emotion, all that, right? And when I found out none of this happens here, I was like, oh, okay. And remember, the first time I got a paycheck, and I'm going to tell you now, I only got 800. So not the 3,000, 5,000, I wish. I got 800, but I was very happy because I did not do anything. I actually bought a package which is 2,000 something, and I got 800 back. So how cool is that, right? So that was why I decided, okay, why not try? And then I did not expect me to be here like now. Yeah, but the more I go into the office, the more people I meet, not just here, but even in China, in the convention, I meet people from China, I met people from Hong Kong, I met people from a lot of Taiwan, everywhere. And they're all so willing to share that I'm very touched. Sometimes it's really hard to find good people in this world. And I'm very blessed that I am in this. I mean, okay, I have to say, I don't know other teams. I only know Super and I know Evergrow, right? So these two teams I've met and I felt, wow, they're very nice people. So everyone I've met so far are very nice. And I just feel, yeah, I like that.
Okay, thank you. One last question. Dr. Coco, what kind of prospect suitable for MLM? Need your opinions.
I think you're asking about whether they're suitable to do the business, right? So I feel that they need to be people who are, first of all, they want to have money, want to have, and they want to do something that is impactful. At the beginning, I don't think a lot of people think network marketing is impactful. But if you think about it, for other businesses, you really need to invest a lot of money before you can get out of corporate life, right? Or you get out of a job life. But here you actually get the opportunity to do it with a very, very low entry point that you just buy a few products for yourself. So it really is about being open-minded, sharing with them. I feel that, I mean, this is not a very good answer, but I do feel that everyone can do it. It's just that their mindset needs coaching in order to get to that point where they believe that this is possible. So even in my team, we have people who actually was very skeptical about MLM. She was a good friend. She's online here. So she actually said, no, I don't think this is this is possible, because everyone here doesn't like MLM, right? But I was like, this is just another business model. Actually, network marketing is just another business model. There are good companies in network marketing and there are bad companies. Just like there's good restaurants, there are bad restaurants. There's good, every company, traditional industry that you can find, there are going to be good ones and there are going to be bad ones. So it's just that, unfortunately, we are in the word of mouth business. So when the bad comes out, it comes out quite fast, right? A lot of people pass it on. But if you think about it, just choose one which is very good to us. And this is the one I feel is very good to us. So that is how I would think about it. It's not what they are, who they are, it's more what they think about in their minds. So find ones who really are open to trying things. And I would say just get them to try a product or two. Just get them to, I mean, for me, I would never have joined if it wasn't for trying the products. So just get them to try, get them to love the products, and then you can start slowly getting them into the community, enjoying, loving us as well. And then let them decide if it's for them. If not now, it could be future, right? So that's what I would say.
Yes, true. Okay, very, very last question. Huh? Okay, because got one more last question. How to find new prospect when you have exhaust your closest network like friends and family?
Oh, okay. This one is easy. So I came with no friends. I had like 3 friends when I came to Malaysia. So I came here about nearly 6 years. I came before COVID, right? So I landed here and then it was locked down. So for 2 years I was at home. So how I built my network here was actually I just went online and I did Facebook Live for 200 days. By doing Facebook Live 200 days, I attracted a lot of Malaysian friends, Malaysian people who were watching, and they suddenly became friends with me. But I was also very transparent. I was very vulnerable. I was like, oh my God, I went out, I cannot find chicken, right? Every chicken is sold out in the supermarket. Then they text me, oh, let me help you. I can, this is the chicken lady you can call, right? Internet, definitely one. Secondly, go and explore, expand your world, right? Don't get trapped in doing the same thing. If you want sports, go pickleball. Okay, this is something Zeman will laugh, but when I was running for my SD, I actually changed my hairdresser so that I can find a hairdresser. And she was in Mandarin. So I wanted a Mandarin speaking community as well. So I actually went and changed things to meet more people. And I think just expand, go to classes, like group things, anything group, right? Just go and meet people and don't be shy because I'm actually an introvert. So it's actually very hard for me to meet people. But when I go, I literally have to turn on a different Coco and go, I'm here to meet people. So smile, first thing. Hello, I'm Coco. What's your name? That's it. You just go from there. Okay. But expand, just keep going to new places, look for new places. Even, I mean, nowadays, even my daughter's like, oh, wait, that person needs help with her skin. So I'm like sitting there, oh, how do I talk to this person? So I literally sit there for the whole meal thinking, how am I going to talk to that person? And I do. And I do. So it's about just being able to break out of that comfort zone. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much, our Dr. Coco, for very inspiring answer. Yes, and thank you for all of you to join our BOM. Now we have come to an end, so goodbye and have a good rest. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.